Yeah, so I think the LLM to SLM shift is it's probably the most important sub-narrative in the AI world right now. And I think that what it's going to do is, again, you have this massive AI growth story with hundreds of billions of dollars being poured into more or less the expansion of AI infrastructure. What the LLM to SLM shift is going to do is that in the last 2 years, 99.9% of that spend went into the stuff that supports LLMs. The LLM to SLM shift means that over the next 2 years, maybe 20 to 25% of that spend goes towards stuff that supports SLMs, which means the stuff that supports SLMs could see some pretty big growth. Now, I have a chart that I want to pull up that kind of encapsulates some of this growth. Can't find the chart right now, but we can just kind of go over some of the stuff that I think a name like there's really five levels to it. Okay, there's going to be the compute level, there's going to be the cooling level, the networking level, the optics level, and the power level. I think that's how you kind of look at chip architecture. Those are the five layers of chip architecture where value is created, where value is added. At the compute layer, right now, it's all about NVIDIA, right? But I think that shifts towards companies like Lattice Semiconductor, towards companies like Qualcomm, towards companies like Ambarella, towards companies like ST Micro, ticker STM. Those companies are better designed for modular compute, better designed for compute on the edge. I think those are stocks that could start to win in this shift. Moving down to the cooling layer, right now it's all about Veritiv. VRT is the ticker. They provide these massive cooling solutions for big old data centers. But as we kind of shift away from big old data centers to compute at the edge, you want to find cooling solutions that are very miniaturized, that can cool at the edge, that can create power systems or cooling systems that live on the edge. These kind of small power systems, small cooling systems. I think that's Vicker, ticker VICR. That's a company that I've been looking into for this shift. Sensata Technologies, ticker ST, Eaton, ticker ETN. I think those are companies that could have a lot of success at the cooling level of the LLM to SLM shift. Moving one layer deeper to the networking level. Right now, networking, Broadcom, uh, uh, Marvel, Arista Networks. That's the networking in the data centers. As we go to SLMs, it goes to the edge. I think a lot of networking starts getting done, obviously, at the edge. It's communication between chips. I think companies like MaxLinear are really well suited for this shift. Sierra Wireless, Lantronix, Semtech, SMTC. These are companies that are really well suited for the shift at the networking layer of the LLM to SLM transition because they're better at edge networking, and according to my research.
Mhm.
One layer deeper, layer four here, you have the optics layer. At the optics layer right now, it's all about Coherent, a name that we've owned in our model portfolios for a while. It's been a big winner for us. Lumentum, Intel, those are kind of real big players at the optics level. I think that shifts a little bit towards Teledyne, ticker TDY, Tower Semi, ticker TSEM, HIMAX, ticker HIMX. Those are companies that I think win in this shift at the optics layer. And the last layer of the LLM to SLM shift, you got power. Right now, big data centers, big power hubs. You have companies like Generac, Bloom Energy. We've talked about it before. Big winner
Yeah.
here. I think that shifts a little bit more towards a company like Vicker. We've talked about them before. VICR, Allegro Microsystems, ALGM, also kind of miniaturized power for the edge. So that's sort of the shift when we talk about specific stocks. Yeah, specific stocks that could benefit in this big shift. Now, that's not to say that the LLM names like NVIDIA, like Veritiv, like Broadcom are going to no longer have growth. Like I said, this whole pie is growing. All the LLM to SLM shift means is that as opposed to 100% of the money going towards LLM stuff, now 80% goes towards LLM stuff and 20% goes towards SLM stuff. That doesn't mean the LLM stuff is going to drop. I think the LLM stuff is going to stay strong. What it means is that the SLM stuff, which before was not getting a lot of money, will now get a ton of money, and the stocks behind the SLM trend, again, names like Lattice Semiconductor, Qualcomm, Vickr, Semtech, Max Linear, Tower Semi, Teledyne, those are names that could be really big winners in the physical AI, SLM, AI boom that I think is coming in 26 and 27.